Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Hey everyone. Welcome to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl, Monica, along with my fabulous co-hosts, the beautiful Monique Kelly, the inquisitive John Yates, the man with the master plan that gets the party started, DJ Richie Sky.
What up?
DJ Sky, you look so handsome today.
I don't always look handsome though. I mean, that skin.
I know.
Thank you.
Skin like butter.
Today. I washed today.
So Amir won't be joining us today, but he'll be back tomorrow for the Real Housewives of New York recap. And John Yates, here he is. He'll be joining us shortly. Here he is. Hey, John.
Hi.
Hey.
Always with the connection problems I'm having. Always.
So today we are recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 10 Virtual Reunion, Part 1. And the ladies delivered, kinda. But before we get into all that juicy drama, let's do a roll call. Okay, let's see who we got on the live today. All right. Who do we have on the live today?
Roll call, we got Amir in the building, DJ Richie, Monique, John, and Monica.
It's the roll call, it's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you gotta say. Who's on live with Amir, DJ Richie, Monique, John, and Monica today? Who's on live with us right now, tap in. Drop an emoji if you know you about that action.
Oh, snap.
They caught me tripping.
I was over here jamming.
All right, so who do we have on the live with us today? I see Super Deborah, hey girl, Tracy Lewis, Swellia Burns, Lena Murdoch, hey Lena, Stephanie Rinaldo, hi Stephanie, Salma Muhammad, you was here early, girl. Hey. I'm not gonna miss this recap today. We have Jade, hey Jade, Raquel Brown, Ashley Adams, Magic Cat, Rashonda. Hey, Rashonda, welcome back. Minx, hey, March Baby, Ashley Adams. Hey, Mabel, welcome back. Sharon Redmond, Catherine Grace, Mountain Kitty. Hey, Mountain.
Hey.
Coco Beauty, Versace Dior. All right, Tanya Lee.
Is Dorit in the house? Dorit, is she here?
Thank you, the creator, and everyone else on the live. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us today. I mean, you could be anywhere, but you're spending your time with us. We thank you. All right, T-Fam. We need a name for you guys. What do you want to be called? I mean, there's so many things, right? Tea sippers, tea fam, all stars, tea lovers. Drop some suggestions in the chat and let us know what you want to be called. Okay? All right. So the reunion starts with Andy Cohen welcoming everyone. And he asked Erika, where's her grandpappy husband, Tom Girardi? He's so shady. Erika says he's at the office, and Andy says, really?
Andy thought he was playing bingo or something like that.
Andy is so shady. He's shady boots, child. So Andy knows very well that Tom Girardi is 81, and he's still grinding in the office because he has all those lawsuits to pay for. Where else would he be? I mean, Seriously. So let's start off with something fun, the fashion, right? What were your thoughts on those fashions? I mean, they were everything.
Okay, so
let the shade begin, DJ.
I already have a few singers ready. Let's do this.
All right. Who do we start with? Should we start with Dorit? Let's start with Dorit.
Okay, so Dorit looked fantastic on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yes, Richie, I'm with you.
But in her little square, I was like, who put all the rose on her cheeks? Who did her makeup? That was horrible to me.
I agree with you, Richie, because the whole outfit was giving me life, but in the square is really hard to get right. That square fashion is hard.
I thought she looked okay. The dress wasn't too bad. I like the color.
Yeah.
I just didn't like her hair, you know. I only like that hair on Diana Ross in mahogany. We should just leave it there. We shouldn't try to, you know, play around with that kind of stuff. No, Dorit. She tries to go too far with certain things.
I found myself missing the barrettes. I
would have appreciated that.
I think she should have stuck with that. I like her in the 8 million barrettes. I love that look. The braids. It was too much. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah, I know.
You really couldn't tell what it was from the front. It needed to be seen in 3D, not static.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. So, so 1 through 5 diamonds. How do you rate Dorit? Richie, what do you give her?
I'm gonna give her a 3.
Monique?
I'm gonna give her a 3, but I want to give her a 4 because I like her this season. But I'll give her a 3.5 just to be nice.
Damn it, Monique! That's what I was gonna say. God damn it!
John?
3.5. Monique took it from me.
Okay, Kyle Richards.
Elvira.
And those Claire's earrings, she got those earrings at Claire's. I wore the same ones for my prom back in the day. Oh my God,
Monique, be
Yeah.
nice. She got them from the piercing pagoda in the kiosk in the middle of the mall. Come on.
Oh my God, and she looked kind of tired. You know, I never shame because, you know, getting older is a blessing. Go gracefully. But she just looked tired. Or maybe it's because she's been so damn evil this season. It's starting to reflect in her looks. I'm over her. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she needs a jacket made of 101 Dalmatians. That's...
I don't like the hair. The hair is giving me, I don't like that mohawk style very much. I'm not a big fan. And that color, the royal blue, I'm not feeling the royalty. I'm just not feeling it.
She's giving me Ramona Singer season 3 reunion for Real Housewives.
Oh yeah, for sure. So 1 through 5, what do you give? What do you give Kyle, Monique?
2.
Ricky?
So I'm gonna give her a 3. Let me tell you why. I actually like the color, but I feel like the hair takes away from everything.
Yeah, and the clear earrings are not helping her.
I gotta pull up my prom picture.
John, what do you give her? 1 through 5. What do you give her?
I'll give her a 3 only because I love the 80s. So her Dynasty/Knots Landing look was good for me.
Yeah, true.
I feel you, John.
Do you have this live open in another tab someplace? Is it running someplace else?
Me?
Yes.
Not that I know of. Hold on, let me check.
Okay.
I'll come back. Hold on.
Okay.
You're hearing feedback, Monica?
Yeah, I'm being told in the chat that there's an echo or something. That's what they're saying.
Oh,
so,
that's my ceiling fan. You know, I'm a woman of a particular age. I have to stay cool.
It might be.
Okay, let me turn it down. Now, if I start melting, y'all, don't judge me, okay?
Okay, honey. So Garcelle, in her mustard, her yellow, her 1920s throwback, I liked it. With the feathers.
I liked it a lot.
I loved it. First of all, the yellow on her skin is just exceptional. And she just, oh my God, she looks so beautiful. I love her.
She's glistening. She really is.
Mhm.
Yeah, she had a glow.
She did.
That's definitely her color. Okay, did y'all catch that shade? You know, like when she was talking about Asa from Shaw's, who designed her jewelry. And she says to Andy that Asa has the most amazing caftans. And the camera panned to Kyle, who also designs, quote unquote, caftans. And you can literally see the lump in Kyle's throat. Did y'all catch that shade?
I caught
Yes.
it. I loved it. And it was so brilliant. I mean, it was such subtle shade, but so strong. And Kyle was about to bust a gasket.
John, what are your thoughts? How did Garcelle look to you?
I loved everything Garcelle was wearing. I love her look. I just didn't like the headdress. Like that, I was like, everything but the headdress I liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of headdresses too. This kind of fit the whole theme though, but I'm kind of with you on that. I thought she looked fabulous.
Yeah.
She is glistening. Yellow is definitely her color. I love the feathers. And it was a simple dress, even though it was fancy and all the frills and all that stuff, but it wasn't overdone. It was done tastefully.
Yeah.
I give her 5 diamonds.
I give her 4.5. I do agree with you, John. The headpiece did
Thank
kind
you.
of start
Like
off.
that,
I do
that's
agree with
my
that.
vote too. I give her 4.5 just because of the headdress.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give her a 5. And I'm gonna give her an extra point for the headdress. I am here for a headpiecerization, okay? I loved it. I was like, I like a little bit of extra too. And if you can put it on your head, even better. And that's my favorite color, okay? That is my favorite color, hands down. So to me, she gets 5 points, something.
I have to give her 5 points because for 53, I think she looks fabulous.
I can't believe she's 53. She
She
looks amazing.
looks amazing. Amazing. All right, we're going to move on to Erika Jane. Thoughts, Monique?
Okay, you know, I'm obsessed with Erika Jane. I've been obsessed with her since she first came on. I was relieved that she wasn't so costumey. You know how she goes extremely costumey? I just love her. I loved the hair. The outfit was very subtle for her, but I enjoyed it. I live for Erika Jane. That's my boo.
Mm-hmm. Richie?
Well, here's something that was interesting to me. She looks like she's lost some weight here in some way. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but I felt like it was kind of basic for Erika because I look forward to some of her costumes because I feel like that's what really makes her Erika Jane. But she showed up as Erika Girardi, so I don't know.
I love that. She was Erika Girardi last night.
But but overall though, she looks amazing always. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we're so used to her stepping it up notches above the rest.
Yeah, Liberace style. Yep, I agree.
And her eyes are
from Erika's style.
I thought Erika was the best dressed there. I thought she looked the best. I loved her makeup. I liked that she was Erika Girardi instead of Erika Jane. I like that she didn't go balls out. And it looked like she was like getting ready for like a job interview. She's like, and like I loved her look.
I did too. Honestly, I feel like this was Erika's best look ever for any reunion, hands down for me. I love the wig. I love that bob. Her contacts are beautiful.
Oh
her
my
face
God.
is deep to the gods, right? Like the contouring, those cheekbones. The makeup was delicate, but just perfect in my opinion. I give her 5 diamonds across the board. This is the best I've ever seen her look at a reunion. I'm glad she didn't do the Erika Jane over the top, just doing way too much, crazy mohawk down to her behind. I'm happy. Monique, how many diamonds do you give her?
5 for sure. I'm with you, Monica. And to your point, her eyes were so stunning last night. I was like glued to her eyes.
Richie?
I'm gonna give her a 4.6. Just because I wanted a little extra. That's it.
I love you guys.
understand. Just a little bit. You want the Erika Jane to come out.
I want a little bit of, I want her to pop out of the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. John?
It's a 5 for me.
It's a 5 for you. All right. We seem to be somewhat in consensus here.
I know.
Okay, moving on to Sutton.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right. So we seem to be in consensus again.
Monique, let's have it, honey. How do you feel?
Okay, here's the thing. This probably cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm originally from Jersey, so I have to take it back to the Jersey Mall.
Mm-hmm.
This gives me cachet. Remember, but I know it's expensive, and I love that. No.
Richie?
Even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. So you can be designer couture and still get it wrong. And I just feel like for Sutton, I just wanted something more, but this is actually in her wheelhouse. I feel like it's par for the course. I was interested in the head jewelry. I felt like that gave her a pop of extra. And I don't know. I was a little underwhelmed.
Okay, John, your thoughts?
If like couture was a department store, I would say like that she got that like off the rack on clearance at JCPenney's. Like I just didn't like look like I don't know. Like, I figured like she would have been like the best dressed out of them all, and I was like,
All right. Well, I'm going to go against all of you, and I'm going to say I liked it. I didn't really like the fit. I really don't like the fit that much, but I find this dress to be age appropriate. I love the
shame, Monica.
No, seriously, I really do like this. I don't necessarily like the fit too much, but I do like the dress. I found it to be age appropriate. I like the barrette in her hair. I love her smile. Her hair looks fabulous. The makeup is, subtly done. It's very nice. I like the little tennis bracelet. I like it. I like the little fringe at the end. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give her maybe a 4.3 diamonds.
whoa.
Money can buy you class.
Was she feeling Giovanni?
She should have been.
Monique, chime in.
I didn't even see the shoes till just now. Okay, now I love me some Sutton, but I'm gonna have to give her a 2. But Monica, how old is she? You keep talking about age appropriate. How old is she?
She's around 57, I believe.
Oh, this is not age appropriate for a 57-year-old.
No, you're not feeling it.
What would Ramona do?
She kind of looks like Ramona in that dress, right? That's something maybe.
Sutton, Google says that Sutton is 49.
Lie.
That's what it said. That's what it said. Google it. Look, Sutton Strike age 49. Yup. Mm-hmm.
So not age appropriate. Maybe when she was 85, she's young.
She is not no 49.
That's what the Google say.
How many diamonds are you giving?
I mean, I like Sutton, but I'll give her 2.5.
Oh, wow. Richie, I'm sorry. How many diamonds are you giving for this?
Okay, I love Sutton, and I want her to have the diamond next season. That's what I will say. But this dress is giving me a 2.
Ooh, ouch.
And that would be a nice Richie.
Ooh. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Teddy.
Oh
God.
Oh God.
I didn't like the pink hair. Unless it's like breast cancer month or you're going to a charity or that kind of thing. Just because? No, I didn't like it, and I didn't like the flamme with silk, whatever that is. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it.
Oh my gosh.
Monique, thoughts?
If trying too hard were a picture.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I'll reserve all my other ignorant comments for later on in the show.
Oh, Richie, chime in.
So I'm gonna actually probably go against everybody else here and say, to me, this was probably one of her best looks. But Monique, I will agree. I felt like it was trying extra hard to be seen in those rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I felt like the pink hair and the pink lame is what made her pop on the screen, whereas typically she fades way into the background past the shadows.
I love what the compliment. You still know how to deliver shade. That's my
John,
just my opinion.
Beauty school dropout. No graduation day for you. Beauty school dropout. That's what that reminds me
She
of.
does look like Pinky. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I'm gonna just give her, 3 because I'm feeling generous today. 3 diamonds. Monique.
Oh, she gets a 2. 1.8 even.
Ooh, child. Ooh, Ricky.
I'm gonna give her a 4 for the pink splash of personality.
And I will give her. I just want to go to lowest. I'm going to go 1.7. We're going to play reverse Price is Right. I'll just go right underneath Monique.
I love
Shady John, shady boots. All right, let's move on. Denise Richards.
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, this is the kind of get up you put on when Charlie Sheen was coming over. Right? This is it. This is what you put on. You just, you throw it on and grab a glass of wine, and it is what it is. Easy access. Okay.
I gotta take it back to the Mall of Jersey. Remember that store, Rave? I think it was called.
Yes.
Like, Denise, girl. I mean, you are a bomb girl. You are. I can't. I'm done. I'm done.
Bomb girl. Yeah, this is what she's doing. Richie, I know you have some things swirling around in that head.
I know he does. When he gets so quiet like that.
Okay, listen to my rationale. Okay. Well, first things first, the dress looks cheap, okay? It looks cheap and tawdry. But here's the thing. When I give her my ranking, I'm actually going to rank her a little higher than what this dress deserves, simply because of her mood. Okay, Denise was a mood last night, and I'm just gonna give her that, and we'll come back to mine when it's time to give her some diamonds or some cubic zirconium, which is what this deserves.
John?
I really like Denise, so it's hard for me to say she looks like crap in this dress, but she looks like crap in this dress, and
go ahead and say it.
Like it looks like like that's gonna be like on some motel floor after like the senior prom is over. Like that's what that looks like to me.
Ooh.
And like Monique, she got that at the Jersey Gardens Mall. Like you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, but I do like Denise, but that was a miss for me.
Yeah, that was a miss for me too. I'm gonna go ahead and give her 1 diamond.
Ooh.
Monique.
I'm with you, Monica. 1 for me too.
Richie.
Oh, I was being generous with my 1.
I can't do Denise like that. I'll give her a 2. I can't. I can't.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll be the Paula on this one.
Aww.
Well, she had great energy. Like, I'll be the Paul Abdul. That's what I'll do for Denise.
Okay, so Lisa Rinna.
Oh,
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think she looks good in this picture.
Didn't LVP wear that dress before?
Ooh, oh my God.
Familiar, Richie?
She sure did.
She did.
Look familiar.
Was that some shade? Was that low-key shade to Lisa Vanderpump?
I'm just saying she did wear that dress before.
Let me tell you this. It always comes back to Brandy. Ever since that reunion when Brandy said she's had the same hairstyle since 1972, that hit a nerve with Lisa, and she's been trying too hard. If this was trying too hard was a picture part 2.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah. John?
I thought that she was auditioning to be like a solid gold dancer. Like I wasn't not like, you know, and the hair, I don't know. Like, and like you're right about Brandy hitting that nerve, and Brandy was absolutely right, but that was not the right way to fix it in my books.
I'm gonna give her 3 diamonds. I don't think she looks that bad. The lips are a little overinflated. The wig she's rocking it. The makeup is fierce. I like the gold, dress, but I have to take off some points if Lisa Vanderpump indeed wore that same dress to a previous reunion. Like, what kind of shade is that?
It's very similar.
Monique, how many diamonds?
I will say this, and you guys might disagree, but I love Lisa's lips, okay? I think her lips are a whole mood, so that helps elevate the score to, I'll give her a 2.8-ish.
Okay, Richie?
So despite the fact that this look is a little bit stolen, I'm going to give her a 4.5. Let me tell you why. Because I felt like it literally highlighted all of her best attributes. I'm here for the lips. I'm actually here for the wig. I felt like the color worked for her, especially sort of in this villain role. I feel like she really hit the nail on the head.
I love you said villain role, Richie. That's probably why I'm not feeling her.
John, thoughts?
2. I didn't like it at all. I thought she was right there with Teddy. I just didn't like her look.
You didn't like
Ooh,
that?
You're so angry.
You're gaslighting, John. I didn't show Dorit's look, but here it is.
Oh, see? It looks so good there.
On the gram, it looks amazing.
Sure does.
Wow. That's true. Good point.
Stunning right there. Wow.
Right, on the gram. She looked good. Capping for the gram. All right.
She looked good there.
Yes. All right. So we got the fashions out of the way. Now moving on to the juicy stuff. Kyle Richards versus Garcelle RHOBH. Okay. So the producers show a reel of Garcelle's finest moments. And, she stands out because she's not afraid to ask the tough questions and speak what's on her mind. And that's why the audience loves her. She keeps it real. Yeah. And they focus on the few times Garcelle shaded Kyle. Garcelle is not a Kyle fan, if you haven't noticed. Garcelle said on Watch What Happens Live that Kyle was the least welcoming. Okay. And this does not sit well with Kyle. She's like locked and loaded, ready to go. Thoughts? Monique.
Okay. So, I love Garcelle. The only thing that I did not like was that I hate to say this word, that she did not own what she said about Kyle, that she tried to backpedal. Listen, Kyle was not welcoming. Kyle is a hater. And we'll get to Kyle's other comment in moments. I know you're going to bring that up first, Monica. But I just wish she would have owned it. Kyle was shady, and she should have just said, you were a shady bitch all season. And I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, she kind of said that in a nice way, though.
You think so?
In a nice way. Garcelle's type of way of saying it. Yeah, she kind of said it.
Okay. I didn't know
your thoughts.
I felt like Garcelle was being a little bit too PC for me.
Yeah.
And maybe that was nerves and sort of not being the first person to want to take it there. If this was seen in the order in which it was filmed, it seemed like it started off like right then and there. So maybe she didn't think that it was going to go in, and this being her first reunion, I'm sure she didn't really know how it was going to work out with her having to actually confront a person, on this show. And I felt like she should have stuck to her guns and simply said, listen, that's how I feel. This is how you made me feel. You can't argue with that.
Yep.
I do have some thoughts about Kyle bringing up that fundraiser.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. Oh,
Okay.
That was
super here on that.
But John, thoughts?
I agree completely with Monique and Richie. Especially going off what Richie just said. Like, imagine being your first reunion, and then I don't know, we don't know how the editing went, but like you're Garcelle and you have to go up against Kyle out of the gate, like the newbie and like the old timer, like the OG. So like, I wish she didn't backpedal. Like I wish she would have owned it. But she could have been nervous, and I'm in full agreement with you guys.
I kind of disagree. I felt that Garcelle owned it in Garcelle's type of way of owning it. She seems to always own things in that kind of way, if you ask me. She's not your Nene type that's just gonna come out and say, "Look, bitch, you did it like me. I'm gonna snatch your wig off." And she's not that type. She always, holds her composure. She's always, to me, like PC and very, very professional. But she told Kyle, because Kyle claimed that she was so hurt after she saw the confessionals. She was so torn down and had a lump in her throat over the things Garcelle said about her. Really, Kyle, please. Like, she could care. Kyle could care less. And then she said, "But I just wish you would be real with me and you would have just told me how you felt." And Garcelle's like,
She did.
Yeah.
I just told you how I felt. I just told you.
But she even told her during the season.
She did.
Right. She did. She sure did. The funny part about it is when Dorit co-signed it and Denise, they're like, "Look, you're always talking over people, Kyle."
Oh.
Yeah, you have no table, no home training, basically. None. You have none. And Kyle is like, "What?" Okay, she was ready for this. And then she dumps that you didn't pay for the charity that you donated $5,000 to. I was like, "Really, girl? You waited to the reunion to embarrass Garcelle with this mess? Black Twitter is going to tear your ass up."
Yeah, you can tell she had been waiting for that one.
Oh, yeah. She was holding that card for the reunion. Monique, sound off.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. If Kyle would have said, "I called you and asked you about the money several times and you never called back," then I might have had a little ounce of respect. But there was an undertone to that comment that I didn't like and I didn't appreciate. At the end of the damn day, Garcelle has the money to pay. I believe it was an oversight. And Kyle waited to embarrass her at the reunion. And there was a little bit, to me, a little bit of a racist undertone to how she came at her.
I can see that. Yeah. John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like, all Kyle had to do was be like, "Hey, where's the money?" She totally used that as a weapon because I think she knew that Garcelle was going to come off good this season, and she already had problems with Garcelle. So why not keep that ace up your sleeve if you're Kyle and save it for a rainy day, the reunion? So but it just completely backfired. Kyle was low blow. Kyle, horrible.
Oh yeah. Richie, thoughts?
It felt very rehearsed to me. That moment felt rehearsed, like she had been waiting all season for that moment to play out so she could say those words. To me, I just felt like it was like she was trying to punish Garcelle for something that was way worse. You know what I mean? Like like what Garcelle was saying wasn't that bad. It was basically that I felt ignored by you. So what are you going to do now? You're going to drag her for allegedly not paying. And she said, it slipped her mind. She literally made a video about that yesterday and it slipped her mind. Somebody asked her on Twitter and said, "Well, did you actually pay for it?" And she said, "Yes, I did." I guess it was after the fact, though.
Right. She did. Garcelle's in total shock, right? And she warned, I love how she did that. She goes, "You better watch it, Kyle."
That was, I love that.
Yeah, I felt that, right? I felt that in my spirit. "You better watch it, Kyle." And Garcelle took to Instagram after the episode aired, and I have that video. Let's roll the video.
Please show it.
Hey guys, I want to take a few moments to say my piece, if you will. You guys know that I'm a straight shooter. I say it like it is. I try to speak my truth always. I got called out at the reunion of Beverly Hills saying that I bid for a charity event and did not pay for it. I hope you guys know better than that. It fell through the cracks innocently. I was traveling all over the world last year, and it innocently fell through the cracks. Why wouldn't I pay for something that I did? This is my character. This is my my integrity. I don't play around when it comes to things like that. I wanted to set the record straight. I know the show is about drama, but when it comes to who I am as a person, I don't play around with things like that. There, I said it. And now let's go on with the show.
I love her.
Yeah. Yeah, she made Kyle look really ridiculous and silly. That was a low blow, uncalled for, and clearly planned, right?
So
Yes.
planned. You could tell by Teddy, even Teddy's expression. Oh God, I can't stand her. Even her expression. You can tell when her and Kyle have talked beforehand, like, oh girl, I'm gonna bring up this.
When
She
you
did
have to
that.
defend Teddy over this, like, you know it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Kyle plays victim, and Garcelle tells her to stop being phony, and Bravo, shows the tweet that Kyle made just to prove Garcelle's point. You know how they always do that. Then Andy asks Garcelle about her experience as the first Black Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member. And I was so happy he did that because it gave her a moment to really express her experience and how she felt in that. Let's discuss that a little bit. Monique?
I love that. And I was really proud of Andy for asking that because she is the first Black woman on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I felt like her answer was exceptional and PC at the same time as well. And I loved the connection with her and Erika. But let me just say this. If you looked at the faces of all the other women when she was talking about Black Lives Matter, I was livid. The only two that I felt seemed empathetic were Erika Jane and Dorit. The rest of them sat there and I was pissed by that. And we'll get into the Dorit thing whenever you're ready, Monica. But I mean, the Erika Jane exchange. But I was livid by how the other women just looked like, I was just pissed.
But they were uncomfortable. It wasn't a comfortable discussion for them. And it spoke volumes, in my opinion. I mean, you could just tell how they felt on the subject. Richie, sound off. What do you think?
I thought she delivered a sparkling, politically correct response, and I felt like it was actually well received by the audience, at least in terms of me and my household. So I was happy about that. I was also happy that he sort of led the reunion with that because I felt like that also spoke volumes about just their desire to put this out front and actually talk about it in a real way in front of the other women.
Yep.
That was a big moment, and I'm glad he did that. John, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I thought that if Andy was like a pageant judge asking the final question for Miss America, that Garcelle just took the crown with that answer. I thought it was perfect, and I'm happy he asked. And I mean, it's got to be different for Garcelle being the first Black cast member on Beverly Hills. So, good for her. And I thought she delivered. She was like my favorite this season.
I agree with you. And then Andy brings up a comment Garcelle made on Wendy Williams about the women tiptoeing around her because they're kind of scared of Black Twitter coming after them. And everyone looked like they pretty much had, were deer in headlights, except for Kyle, who says that she wasn't intimidated by Black Twitter. I'm just paraphrasing, right? She says she wasn't intimidated by Black Twitter coming after her. And if she had something to say to Garcelle, she would say it, she would say it. Sure, Jan. Sure you would.
Monica, I saw your tweet last night. I was dying over that.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I go in on live. When I live tweet, I go in. What did I tweet, by the way? I forgot. Let me go take a look real quick while we...
You should pull it up.
Okay.
She's like, what did I tweet? I don't remember.
I was gagging.
Richie, your thoughts?
I don't know. It's weird to me because I feel like that's not going to be an instance where I feel like a lot of the women on that show are going to really be honest about how they feel. I think that if you had asked maybe, another cast that in another city, we might have gotten a more interesting response. But I just feel like those ladies aren't really gonna listen. Most of those ladies are too afraid to look bad, which is the issue that I feel like a lot of them actually have with Denise. So to me, they were never gonna admit that they were afraid to really say anything bad to Garcelle, and then B, they're not gonna admit that they're afraid of Black Twitter.
They probably don't know what Black Twitter is. They're probably like, what the hell is Black Twitter?
This is a cast that has a hard time asking each other real questions and having real conversations without making it seem like someone is shaming them.
You're
Yeah,
right. That's true.
Good point. Okay, so this is what I tweeted. I get so messy. I said, Kyle, stop the lies, okay? You know damn well Black Twitter would have roasted your ass had you tried Garcelle. Girl, stop. Oh my gosh.
Oh
And
man, that was everything.
Cut it out. Stop.
Monica, I love you.
So Garcelle also says the country woke up after George Floyd's death. Then they did. And also being in COVID, giving people a time to stop and take a break from everything and focus, finally focus on something. And she also discussed how she's raising her boys as biracial in America. Let's dive into that a little bit, because this whole discussion to me was just so fabulous. Monique, chime in.
I love the realness of it. I love, at the end of the day, I love that she acknowledges that her sons are biracial, but they are Black men too. I love that she brought up the whole thing about being pulled over by the cops and what she had to do, because it's very real for people. People assume, with me, if I get pulled over, it's going to be different. I'm still a Black woman. I love that she said George Floyd's name. I just felt like it was such a real moment and a necessary moment, especially for viewers of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I appreciated it so much.
Richie?
I loved it. I love the fact that she said something that I feel like I've been saying for a while now, is that, people need to be open to having difficult conversations, and white people in general cannot be so afraid to have a real conversation with their Black friends, their Black colleagues, so much so that they don't ask questions. And sometimes I feel like they're afraid that they're going to say the wrong thing. And we also have to be sort of aware that we're not making people so afraid that they don't speak up and say, hey, what should I be doing? I like that she said that.
Yeah. John, thoughts?
I mean, I just love Garcelle so much. I wish she was on every franchise of The Real Housewives. She's just so balanced, and I mean, she's like a breath of fresh air. I really do enjoy her and her honesty and her realness. Even when she's asking those hard-hitting questions like how's the sex, or girl, where'd you get your money? I love all of that. I'm so happy with her.
Monica, I was curious I know the exchange with her and Erika Jayne, but one of the things I appreciated during the whole entire Black Lives Matter, the inception of it with COVID and everything like that, where a lot of my white friends actually reached out to me and were like, are you okay? What can I do? Having that conversation because their eyes were open. And I'm curious, clearly it didn't happen, but if any of those cast members even reached out to Garcelle and asked her the same thing.
No, they didn't, because she
I doubt it.
Not one. Garcelle reached out to Erika to, concerned about the well-being of her son, who's a cop, but none of them reached out to her and said, hey, let's, have a conversation. How do you feel? I'm so sorry about what's going on in the country, just anything.
And that was very classy of Garcelle to reach out to Erika and ask about her son, I thought.
Yeah.
And you peeped how Erika made it a point to let everyone know that Garcelle was the only one that even reached out to her to ask about her son. That was interesting.
That was very interesting.
That was very interesting. It was. So Kyle says Black Lives Matter is an ongoing convo at her dinner table, but she's scared, like you guys said, to ask these questions and speak out because she's afraid she might say the wrong thing. At least she was honest about that part, right? But I highly doubt Black Lives Matter is an ongoing conversation at her dinner table. Just cut it out, girl. Don't say anything. Everyone stay quiet. That's just so crazy. All right, guys. I just need to do some housekeeping. Guys, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the chat, or, also when this live is over, leave a comment down below. Show some love. It helps a lot and it goes a long way. Thank y'all. All right, y'all. We are moving along. Sutton versus Dorit. Can I just say, I love Sutton. I love her. She is just, she's herself. She keeps it real. She's rich. She really has money. There's no lawsuits, chasing her. She's not running from anything. And she's witty, right? She has that Southern charm. She comes with a different flair. So she's in the hot seat now. Dorit offers Sutton a wholehearted apology for running back and telling the whole group that Sutton said she's going to freak the F out at Lisa Rinna's daughter's event. And it was totally not the case. Dorit lied, basically, over-exaggerated and just made a big deal out of nothing. Thoughts? Monique?
Did she lie though? I mean, I think she over-exaggerated, but to Dorit's point at the time, someone said, I'm going to freak the fuck out. Freak the F out. And she doesn't know what that means for her. I mean, I think she knows now. And I do think she over-exaggerated, but I don't think she necessarily blatantly lied.
I think she did, because Andy Cohen read that tweet that said, Dorit, you're a liar. Like, why would he read that? He actually called her a liar. You lied about Sutton saying those things. And then she said, I did go overboard and I took it the wrong way. And she wholeheartedly apologizes, right? Sutton is like, I don't think so. No, it doesn't work for me. Sound off.
I got a couple of things to say. First of all, I love Sutton. I want her to have a diamond next season, but I know she had been waiting all season for this moment, because even some of her shade look like I've been waiting for this moment. Okay. And then second of all, if I was Dorit, listen, don't put me on a Housewives show, because I am not going to back down. If I was Dorit, I felt like Dorit spent a lot of time trying to be very PC with that long-winded apology. And I felt like what I would have said was, girl, you scared me. I was scared. I didn't know what you were going to do. I don't know you that well. You're talking about freaking out. It's my friend's event for her child. I didn't know what you was going to do. That's what I would have said. And I would have left it at that.
Right. John, thoughts?
Like, I was impressed with Dorit for wholeheartedly apologizing right away. I was like, oh, good for her. Dorit's come a long way this season for me. I couldn't stand her, and now I like her. But Sutton brought her A game, and she was like, well, I don't know, and Sutton wasn't hearing it. So she got 3 or 4 apologies out of Dorit, back to back. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Nope, sorry.
That was funny.
Yeah. And then Dorit started to get defensive, She was just like, please don't cut me off. Please don't. She started saying that. If you would let me finish. I was like, oh boy, here she goes. All I have to say is, Andy, please give Sutton a diamond. I mean, seriously, she's a breath of fresh air. She's what that show's missing.
Okay, it's my understanding, because I don't care if we see her kids or not. I mean, that's whatever. But my understanding wasn't she originally supposed to be full-time and her ex-husband stopped it? What was the story behind that?
What was the story? That's the rumor. I don't know if it's fact, but they said the ex-husband put the stop to, he didn't sign off on showing the kids on camera. But do we ever really see Dorit's kids that much?
Do we see that?
Kyle's kids that much?
The nannies have them.
Right.
We don't need to see. That's not why we're watching.
Have we ever seen? I don't even know what Teddy's kids look like.
You guys don't want to see Phoenix and Jagger all the time?
No, they have a cooking show on Instagram. I'm fine.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'll watch them there.
Was that when they were bartending the other day? Dorit had 8 million stories, and the kids are bartending and making drinks. I'm like, look at them get an early start. Good for them.
She does. Sometimes she has 8 million IG stories. It's overwhelming.
Oh my God! I'm like trying to get past them all. I can't hit the thing fast enough.
It's like, girl, come on, stop it.
Dorit's like, oh look, I'm a mom. Here are my kids. Let me put one day of stories, dot. That's what she does. Good for her. And her bartending kids.
Raise them up right.
That's it.
Exactly. So then Sutton shade, the shade that Sutton threw to Teddy comes up, and he said that Teddy's romper was ugly, which it was. I mean, it just give me a break. And then she called Teddy boring. Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
And that's why she needs a diamond. At the end.
Exactly. Please give that one.
And she said disdain. Like, come on. Like, if that's not diamond worthy, what is?
Oh my God, that quote needs to be on a mug. I mean, can Sutton replace Teddy?
Please.
Oh yeah,
Please.
she needs to replace because Teddy brings nothing, and Teddy knows it. That's why she was just like, okay, we're at the reunion. I got to say something. Let me fake being so hurt about that comment, and then she tries to manipulate and gaslight. In my opinion, that was gaslighting, where she's like, you're going to say a mother is boring and doesn't, dress well? A mother that's expectant? Yes, bitch, a mother. You. Yes, you.
Monica, how about the shade that Andy asked the question? You talk about people being accountable and being honest. Sutton was being honest, and you're pretty much being mad at her for being honest. And she tried to justify that. I was like, oh, girl, stop.
Yeah, exactly. That was great on Andy. That's the shady Andy I like. That was a good point that he made. And, she is boring. She brings nothing. Can we please, please, please replace her next season, Andy? We don't see her family. Did we see her husband all season long? No. I barely saw
we barely saw her confessionals. There were episodes where she had 0 confessionals this season. I counted.
That's true. She really did. She was hardly around. I mean, seriously. Okay, so then she says, Sutton says, she delivers this classic line, and I don't know if it's rehearsed or what, but I loved it. She goes, are you going to let my small disdain for your clothes get in the way of our That's silly, girl. I fell out. That was classic. It'll go down in history.
I agree. That was amazing.
That was so good. So then we're moving on. We have Erika Jane, Lisa Rinna versus Denise, and this boring, drawn out threesome nonsense. Let's get into it. Monique?
I'm sorry, I fell asleep. Why are they so mad at Denise over this foolishness? I almost slipped up just now. Over this foolishness. We all know Denise is lying. We get it. Denise is, full of it. But why do they care so much? Please help me understand it.
There's nothing else. I mean, if they don't pick on Denise, who are they going to pick on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what was Renna's storyline other than being like a Denise hater this season?
Hello?
Denise. That was her storyline.
So like
Exactly. Hey guys, we got quite a few super chats. I just want to acknowledge everyone because this recap is so long, and just say thank you so much. I see all of you. Singe, thank you. Island Visions Aries, thank you so much. April, thank you. And there was a few others earlier. I acknowledge and I see all of them. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all. All right, so moving on to Lisa Rinna and Denise Richards and the gaslighting.
Oh my God, I can't.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's like, please, it's just too much. It really is. And you got to love Rinna because she's a soap actress. So everything is so rehearsed and it's all acting. Monique, thoughts?
She is, seriously, between the gaslighting, how long did she practice that before she did it on the show?
Oh, she was in that mirror for quite a while.
She had it and again, it's just like, I wish Denise would have shut him down and just said, listen, I slept with Brandy. The sex wasn't that good, and that's why I don't want to own it, and kept it moving. Shut them down. But Lisa's anger I'm not understanding where this anger is coming from.
It's all BS in my opinion. I don't think she even cares. They all knew before the season started that Denise and Brandy hooked up. This was not a secret, okay? But for them, it dawned on them after Denise started acting hypocritical, talking about, don't say this in front of my kids, yada, yada, yada. Like, wait a minute. Last season, you're talking about BJs and all this other stuff. Now you don't want us to mention threesomes in front of your children.
But you have a point, though. I mean, at the end of the day, they are having an inappropriate conversation that was loud enough for other kids to hear. I don't care if they were teenagers or not. And she expressed her upset about that. And they have nailed her to the, I shouldn't say nailed her to the cross. That's, sorry, Lord. But they have really taken it to another level.
They nailed her to the cross. I'll say it for you. There you go.
Well, they realized that it was scandalous enough to bring on camera and run with it and distract from all their other shit because they got a lot of stuff going on. Harry Hamlin doesn't. Did you notice when he was before it started? He was standing behind Lisa and he goes, I don't live here. Boo, we know.
Yeah.
But we all know you're not. Whatever. You have Kyle Richards and her husband and the fraudulent PPP loans, his mother being racist, Maurizio hiding all his affairs. There's so much that they have going on that they try to hide. But if they bring other scandalous stuff to the producers, then their stuff gets buried. That's what it is.
That's so true, Monica. You're right.
Yeah. Richie, sound off.
So a couple of things. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Monique. If I had ever lain down with Brandy, I would never admit it, and I would lie until the end, okay? Never admit that. I don't blame Denise Richards for denying and lying and confusing us all. Don't. I just feel like their venom towards her seems very odd to me for the crime that they're saying that she committed. How does it make them look bad for her to set a boundary for what they talk about in front of her kids? That's like trying to tell her how to parent. And I feel like that's not cool. You can't say that. And Kyle even jumped in last night to sort of try to clean that up because she, I am assuming, doesn't want to be lumped in with Lisa and Erika in this Denise gang up. I don't know if you guys picked that up because she said that. And I'm like, you guys can't tell her what to do or say about her child at her house. I don't get that. That's something that's strange to me. I really don't get it. But I honestly couldn't even be too mad because is it just me or did Denise not really seem to care last night?
No. She had zero. Like she said, her facial expressions were like.
Yeah, but literally, I was like Denise was crying. Like her eyes were red. Like,
well, she did this little thing right here real quick, or was that in the preview? I don't know, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
it looked like Brandy just sat on her face or something like that.
I feel like she had taken a Xanax.
Yeah, and maybe knocked it back with some tequila.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like she gave 0 Fs last night.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to add Jamal to the stream because he has a lot of things to get off his mind about this.
Jamal!
Hey guys.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Let's just start at the top where Andy just shaded Kyle and she didn't get it. She didn't understand it. Well, he called her Kyle, Carrington, Colby. I'm like, wow. That's how we're starting it. That's how we're starting it. I'm like, all right, here we go. And was it me? Or did anyone else know, like, no one backed up Kyle at all? Mm-hmm. Like, no one came to her defense at any time, which to me shows a dynamic shift. So if I were Kyle, you already got problems with regular Twitter. You don't get roasted by Black Twitter. You can't have all the Twitter against you because people not supporting you right now. And she looks so confused and hurt. I'm like, why are you hurt? Why are you hurt? I don't understand. Like, you said all these things on Twitter, never to Garcelle's face. Then you're mad because Garcelle said something to you in confessionals or whatever. And then she said to your face again, and you're still mad. I don't understand. I'm so confused. I don't get it. Teddy can go.
Yeah.
She can go anywhere. She can go anywhere. I mean,
she can go back to the salon and get her hair fixed is what she can go.
I keep trying to fit Teddy in somewhere. Like maybe she could be like the friend of an extra to the show. I don't know, but we can find a place for her somewhere. We can find something for her.
Not even a friend or a guest.
Nothing. Where we don't want her in a coffee shop, a camp, nothing. She can go.
Production assistant.
Nope, not part of a cameraman. No production. She just needs to go send her somewhere else.
No.
And Rinna's an actress, not a good one, an actress. So we all know this was rehearsed because the way she was acting was so over the conversation. And let's be real, Rinna is a jealous woman.
Oh, say that part, Jamal. That part.
Rinna's a jealous woman because look at it this way: she sees herself as the star of the show. When have we ever heard of Bravo giving out multi-year contracts at 7 figures, which is probably more than Rinna makes? So,
got a point.
She's looking at Denise like, why y'all giving her like $4 million of that money that can come to me? I'm carrying the show. Ooh. I'm the star. So she's jealous of her friend for 20 years, which is why she was being so extra on the reunion. That's the angle I'm taking because the level was too much. Denise is well liked. People adore her. Like, no one cares if she slept with Brandy. I'm with Richie. I wouldn't admit it either. I'm sorry, I'd lie. You have to come up with video proof. You need to have video proof, pictures,
absolutely
dated. No one's gonna admit to that.
Even if it was a photo, I will still deny it.
That was photoshopped. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know who that is. I don't know her. I'm sorry to this woman.
Right, and Rinna, but the thing is, Rinna like knows gaslighting. Let's give her credit. Rinna knows gaslighting because she's been doing it to us for like 4 years. She's been gaslighting us about Harry for 4 years. I mean, come on now. She knows gaslighting when she sees it.
That's true. Okay, Jamal, hang tight. I'm gonna bring you back later. I have my
all right.
Backstage is filling up. I'm gonna add Mabel. All right, talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye, Jamal.
Bye, Jamal.
Bye, guys.
All right, we're gonna add Mabel. Hey, Mabel.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, Mabel.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to you.
So I kind of wanted to speak about the whole Garcelle thing. Now, I'm going to tell you, before I wasn't really pro for her, but the way she spoke last night and when Kyle came for her, she was just very calm. Like, no. I don't do those things. It was insightful to me because she writes so hard for Denise. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Because like you said, we all know Denise is lying. It's okay. It happens. You had sex with somebody, you don't want to admit it. And the other thing that really... I don't know if everybody's done it, but I can attest to it. I mean,
most people have.
Right, but the other thing that I really like, now I have mixed children like Garcelle does. So when she brought up the Black Lives Matters, it was really nice to hear it. I don't believe Kyle has discussions about that, y'all.
Thank you, Mabel.
Thank you. I don't. And someone had put a comment up that actually my daughter and I saw, and they were like, well, why did Garcelle have to reach out to Erika? Because she's Erika's friend. And even though Garcelle is a Black woman and this is affecting her in a different way, is affecting Erika in a way as well. Her son is probably a great cop, but he's on the line every day. When he goes out, he doesn't know what's going to happen to him either. So she kind of gave that like, yes, I'm pro Black Lives Matter, but you know what? I want to make sure that my friend who has a son that does this is okay. She doesn't single people out. She still even is polite to everybody when they talk mess about her. And I felt bad that she had to go on Instagram and say, you know what? It slipped through the cracks. Things happen. Kyle, you know what? You call everybody else. You email everybody else. You text everybody else. You couldn't do that? That was so disrespectful to me.
Exactly.
And I don't know if anybody noticed it, but when she brought that up to Garcelle, she wiped her eyes as if there were tears. Like it hurt her. It hurt her. Because you're not just attacking me, you're attacking who I am. And I didn't like that. Yeah. With her Alexa Carrington hair. I got the Dynasty comment. I don't know how she did. Maybe it's an age thing.
You can tell Garcelle is a woman of pride and integrity, and that really took her for a loop. Like she was not happy about that because that's not who she is. And Kyle was trying to, smear her.
She was trying to make her look bad. Like, look at me. Look what I do. I do all these things. And it's great that Kyle does those things, but you don't want accolades for things you do. We have people out here in the world with millions of dollars, billions of dollars doing things. They don't have to sit there and talk about that. Oh,
True.
look what I did. Look what I did.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You should do it from your heart.
Yeah.
So,
and then trying to loop that and tie it together with saying that Garcelle is not a real person. Be real. You don't even pay, your charity donations. That wasn't good. That was really, really a very,
no. And you know what? You're right. Black Twitter. Now, I'm not a Black woman. I have mixed children, but I know exactly. You need to be very careful about what you say and how you say it. But that's something I've learned too. When she brought up, you have conversations. I am a white woman. I've never lived as a Black man or a Black woman. I have to constantly ask people, am I approaching this right? I have 4 Black sons, 4 Black men. They're not boys anymore. Yeah. And I used to tell them, oh, racism. I didn't say racism wasn't real, but it was something we didn't experience. And then I was in a car with my son, and then they pulled us over, and they wanted to know if I was okay because my son was Black. Not the headlight was out, the tail light was out. Ma'am, are you okay? I was confused. So I think that it's really telling when you hear how people talk about it. Erika seems like she wants to know and she wants to understand it. The other women had no interest in it. They live in Beverly Hills. What do they have to worry about? Or Malibu. I guess they don't really live in Beverly Hills. But they
live in Encino.
Right, they don't have, that's not something that they've ever had to worry about. And to be honest, neither had I. Yeah. And when I did, it opened my eyes to so much. And I think that's the big issue. These people I wish I could live in Encino. But I just wanted to shout out. I know you probably have people waiting, but it's always a pleasure watching you guys. And Richie Sky, I got to see the Monique interview. I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I reach out to you guys sometimes on Instagram, and thank you guys for reaching back out. It makes your fans, I call myself a fan, yes I do, that you know that we're included in it. So
we love you. We love you.
We love you too. I can't wait to hear what the next person has to say. You guys have a great day.
Bye,
Mabel. Good. Thank you.
Bye.
Good. That was really.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Dee. Not much. Just watching that reunion yesterday. I didn't want to bring this up, but I have to bring it up. And I feel kind of messy for bringing this up. But
love mess.
Well,
Monique.
Did anyone else notice Denise's eyes? I was watching it last night. Her eyes were glassy. They were red. And I looked over at my husband. I said, what is wrong with Denise?
I just said that a few minutes ago.
There was something going on. There was something going on with Denise. She was really emotional. She looked like she was going to cry several times. Oh, yeah, that picture didn't show it as well, but her eyes were really red. They were like bloodshot red. And with her, I don't know her history or anything like that, and I'm not going to speculate on that, but I was surprised no one was talking about it because it was the only thing that I really, noticed. Did you guys notice that? Her eyes?
I noticed she's taking a Xanax.
I noticed it.
I thought she smoked weed.
I thought she did the booger sugar, whatever they call that stuff.
Oh yeah, our booger. But booger sugar, she probably would have been more like, She needed something to like.
I don't know. I googled it. I googled it to see.
You googled it?
I did. I googled it to see what people's eyes look like when they take what Monica said just a minute ago, and it looked like that.
You think it was booger sugar?
Google it and then tell me what you think. But
so calm. I thought booger sugar you'd be like, I
thought that would have made her turned up.
Right.
I don't know people that stuff, but Google showed it and it looked similar.
Like that.
I love Dee did her research though. I
pulled out my phone. I was like, let me Google this real quick.
Dee, you're the best.
Dee is always so funny.
She is. I love her.
I do too. Okay, honey, I'm going to stay by. I might bring you back, okay?
All right, guys.
Bye, honey. Bye, Dee. Bye, Dee. I'm going to add Terrell to the stream. Terrell, sound off. What are your thoughts on the episode?
I thought hey guys,
hey,
thanks for having me. I thought it wasn't the best, for a first part. I'm used to like first part coming out the gate with a bang. It was a little boring. And I just want to talk about Teddy. I know everyone calls her boring. I actually enjoyed her look. I like the pink hair. I think she needed something to try to make her look kind of exciting. So I kind of liked it. But everyone's calling her boring. But let's talk about Erika. I feel like Erika's been really boring lately too. Like we didn't even get a pat the puss moment this season or anything. It was like nothing memorable. So I just feel like they both need to step it up.
Yeah, Erica's trying to act more like Erika Girardi, and I don't like it. I want Erika Jane back. Yeah.
But didn't everybody like a few years ago, like not even that long ago, like everyone's like, we miss Erika Girardi. Like, you know, it's too much Erika Jane all the time. It's like you know, Hannah Montana and the other one. She had like the two like, you know, personalities.
Yeah.
Hey, and guys. I kind of miss how Erika used to dress. I feel like she was more fashion. It's become more costume lately. And I feel like that's because she feels and knows she can't compete with Dorit. So she just tried to take it in a different direction. And when it came to Denise, I felt like they tried their best to avoid talking to Denise until the end, because they knew as soon as they would address her, she'll probably get up and leave. So they just saved her to the end. And we still got a few more parts to go. So who knows if she's even going to stick around to the end.
Probably not.
Probably not. Hey guys, Sin, I love Sin, right? He goes, Denise comes down from the Christmas snow by the time her makeup is done. Somebody take away his phone, please.
I'm with Richie. If Denise was on anything, it was either some Xanax, maybe not, but with some tequila, maybe a little weed, like Monique. And like, you know, she was just like, you know, I don't think she was on any uppers.
No, there's no
because she seemed a little too subdued.
Yeah.
Like, not really there.
Do sometimes people use both, like an upper and a downer, like, right? Maybe
like if you know, if Denise was like all like coked up, I think she would have went full on against Rinna. You know what, Rinna? You know what I'm gonna say? You know what, do this? Screw you, you know, like no.
Yeah.
That would have been entertaining though.
Hell yes, it would have been.
Yeah.
I think Denise is scared for anything else to come out, so she's just playing it safe right now. She's going to be as quiet as possible. She don't want any more accusations.
Now that's true.
That's true.
Someone asked why was Erika Jane so mad at Denise? Because that came kind of out of left field.
I'm gonna tell you. Erika needed a moment, okay?
Yeah.
She had not had a moment, and she needed one in order to secure her diamond for next season. So, because there was no reason for her to be that angry over that.
Yeah,
that was so left field.
And she knows that. She has to know. She knows that. It didn't even seem believable to me. At first I was like getting angry. I was like, why are you going, what? Then I was like, oh, girl, you acting.
I looked at Cody. I said, did we miss something? Like, are we watching the same show? Like, why is she so mad all of a sudden?
Made no sense, because just like Teddy, these girls realize they have to have a moment. You can't just sit there and not say nothing.
Yep.
You have to have a moment. So they realize, oh gosh, all right, I'm going to stop. Well, thank you, darling. I'm going to add Gina to the stream. Or is it Janae? Hey.
Oh, shoot, it's me. Oh, my God, TJ Richie, I love you so much. Hey. But last night reunion just boiled my bubble when Lisa, Rinna, and Erika started attacking Denise like that, and like she didn't stand up for herself. And I noticed earlier in the show, Garcelle was like, "I'm gonna watch what I say," because throughout the whole season, like Garcelle was just defending Denise, and like Denise never stood up. And I feel like Garcelle kind of held back. Oh, I'm so nervous.
No, you're doing good.
It's like, good. Well, if you're not gonna speak up for yourself, then what more can I do?
True.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Denise doesn't do a good job of that.
And then Lisa Rinna was just ripping into her, and I'm just so annoyed watching it. Like, say something, just defend yourself.
Yes.
What are you doing? But it was like, was she over it? Did she not care anymore? I don't know. It's just,
and I'm glad you picked up on that Garcelle did say that. She did say, okay, I'm not going to say anything. She stopped herself. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't blame her because she was really being a good friend to Denise the entire season. And then even at the dinner when they were ragging her about not bringing her kids here, and Garcelle was like, well, if that's how you feel, then just say it. Just say it. Put them in their place, girl.
True.
Facts.
Ooh, I'm so happy I got somebody to talk about the show with because we just friends chatting it up. But thanks for listening to my thoughts, guys.
You're welcome for joining us. Thank you for listening. Bye, honey. Bye. I'm going to add Lando on. Hey, Lando.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
All right. So I'm on the show from Jamaica, but all right, my whole thing is, I think I can't understand why everybody seemed to rally behind Denise so much. I think she's a liar, and I think she's fake.
You know what, Lando? I'm with you, boo. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. The audience, I think the audience have Lisa Vanderpump sympathy, like that crossover from Lisa Vanderpump fans are just, they're rallying behind her because that whole Beverly Hills mean girl thing ganging up on another victim. But I don't view Denise as a total victim because last season, if you remember how she did not have Lisa Vanderpump's back at all. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And we all know she's lying, right? But we know she slept with Brandy. But I mean, like what Richie said, who wants to admit that?
Rich, deny.
All right, thanks for the shout out.
Hey, thanks for watching from Jamaica.
I could listen to him talk all day. I was like,
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Take care. Bye.
Monica, can I say something?
Yes.
I feel like these ladies have Lisa Vanderpump PTSD. And let me tell you why I think that. Because the way they talk about Denise is as though Denise is this manipulative, conniving puppet master that is doing this thing behind the scenes to make them seem or to look bad. And I feel like that's what they felt like Lisa Vanderpump did. So it almost seems like they feel like they're so traumatized by whatever happened with Lisa Vanderpump that they're transferring that to Denise.
Mm-hmm. They are. They really are. She's become the newest target. But I hope they all rally and go after Kyle next season. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would hope so because I feel like the way Kyle's acting with Dorit, Kyle's going to make Dorit her next victim. So I hope they do rally together and see that Kyle's full of it. Her own sister said it season 1, she stole her house. So I'm just saying, like, come for Kyle. I'm done with her.
Oh, yeah. She's up next. She got next. Okay, guys.
Didn't LVP really do that, though? Like, was it? Like, I wouldn't put, like, LVP and Denise in the same boat. Like, I don't think that...
Well, no, I don't think that she is anywhere. I don't think that they're the same at all. I just feel like the women are so used to having someone that they feel behind the scenes is manipulating things that now they're seeing ghosts. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes, but I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't categorize like I don't think Denise is behind the scenes like LVP was. Well,
I don't either.
How can I do this? She was just like lying about like Brandy sit on her face. That's all. And she wanted to make it.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Bernice to the chat. Hey, Bernice.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
Richie, I love you. I love you all. You guys.
Hey, boo.
Richie, you my boy. But what gets me about this when they was ganging up on Denise just had this look on her, was like, bitch, I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm still collecting my money. You looking like a fool, so I don't care.
Bernice, I love it. That's so true.
I like you.
I mean,
yes.
I'm from Detroit. We keep it real. We keep it real.
I love
Bernice
it.
came in guns blazing, Sutton style. I'm here for it.
And Lisa Rinna, if I hear I keep it real one more time, I'm just gonna choke because you don't keep nothing real.
Nothing.
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 You keep up gossip and tearing down people. That's
You
what
keep
you're
them lips.
about.
Yeah.
You're not about uplifting anyone. If you can't tear them down, you don't care.
Yep.
So she can go.
Yeah.
You know, like Beyonce, to the left. You can go.
Oh yeah.
I love all of you guys, and I appreciate you, and I watch all of you.
Thank
Thank
you. Love you.
I love you.
Love you too. Thank you for listening. Hey guys, if you want to join, the link to join us is in the chat. I'm gonna add Latoya. Hey Latoya.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing well. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry, I look a mess, so I don't want to show my face.
I love your name though, Latoya.
Thank you, thank you. So here's what I think. I'm just curious. Do you guys remember a couple of seasons ago when Kim brought up when they were fighting at the table? I think they were in Rome or something, and they were fighting at the table. And Kim said, "Let's talk about the husband," saying to Lisa Rinna.
Oh, with the Harry Hamlin.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember how she flipped out? If Denise did, yes, if Denise did sleep with Brandy, which at this point I think she did, but if I were her, just like Richie said, I wouldn't admit it. Even if it wasn't Brandy, I would still deny it till the day I die. I wouldn't even tell my best friend. I would just be like, nope, it's not me. But if she did, right, and she doesn't want to talk about it and she keeps denying it, why are they pressing her so much when it really doesn't affect anybody? It only affects the person who's not on the show, which that person is a non-mother, what factors, right?
Right, because she ain't being paid.
Exactly. In the words of Monique Samuels, working for free. So why are they so pressed? Why are they so pressed?
Brandy said she's not getting paid anything from the show.
She says she feels like the producers are using her. I'm like, girl, you played yourself. That's
Well,
what
of course they're using her because she's stupid.
Right, exactly.
Because she's just dumb. Like we shouldn't even be talking about her. She's dumb. These ladies are hypocrites. As far as I'm concerned, they are hypocrites. They are calling the wrong person the hypocrite. They're saying Denise, she's not a hypocrite. She is just defending herself and she's lying, which anybody would do. She's not the first person she's not the first person to lie. She's probably not the last person. Kyla's lied about a lot of things. Everybody's lied on that show. The what's her name? Life coach, whatever she wants to call herself with the pink hair yesterday. She lied. So why is it
she did last year?
Yes. So why are they so pressed about Denise lying? And not for nothing, Denise is lying to protect her family. Who wouldn't?
True.
Only a dumb idiot wouldn't.
That's true. Hey, Latoya, I love your accent. Thank you.
South African.
Oh, I love it. Ooh, we got
Thank
every
you.
international audience today. I love it. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to add Amber to the chat.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm in my car. Oh my God. And I was listening to the show and I watched the show. I am a big fan of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and all the other franchises. Hello, host. Oh my God. Richie, I love you. Oh, I watch you every day.
Hey, boo.
I have to say, first of all, Lisa Rinna and her lips give me too much on the show. She is... she's a pot stirrer. I have to watch my language. I'm sorry. She's a pot stirrer for no reason, and she inserts herself and the group into situations that they have nothing to do with. I don't care who Brandy slept with or who Denise slept with. It's really nobody's business. And why did they make it such a big storyline about, you know, oh my God, Brandy says she slept with you, and you know, that whole like suspension of the moment when oh my God, what's her name? When she was like, oh yeah, Teddy. When Teddy said, oh yeah, and she said she slept with you. What's the big deal? People sleep with each other all the time. Why are you so pressed about who she slept with? Truth be told, Brandy has probably slept with more people's husbands than the law allows. I mean, you know, she meets them in the elevators and, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah. Remember last season? Do y'all recall last season? I think when she was on the show and she met somebody while they were on the cast trip. And she didn't go with them to dinner. She went off to go hang with this guy.
That was the same trip when Lisa Rinna lost her, you know what, because of what Kim said about Harry.
Oh, when they were in Amsterdam.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, and Brandy is no angel. It's like, why is her word all of a sudden such, you know, oh my God, she's the Bible, and you know, we're gonna believe everything that she says. That is a lot of BS.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
And the other thing, I'm not gonna hold you guys, but the other thing is that Garcelle, I had her back 1,000% last night because I'm sitting back waiting for Denise to like, girl, go in, let them have it. You know, it's like she was tipping around it, and I don't know if it was the dress or what, but it looked like she had been crying. Because I was like, is her eyes red? What's going on with her?
I'm going to have to rewatch it.
It looked like her eyes were red. And I was like, I said, okay, so has she been crying, or is it the reflection of the pink dress? You know, I couldn't really figure it out.
Thank you for joining us today. The backstage is getting full. You got to call back next week, girl, because I love your perspective.
I love her. Yeah,
oh my God! Thank you so much. I will definitely tune in.
All right, honey. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Amber.
Hey, Jerry, sound off. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Thank you.
Hi.
Is this Jerry? Our Jerry from England? Or you're in Ireland? I don't think she can hear us. We can't hear you, honey. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you watch the episode? Tell us what your thoughts are on the episode.
First of all, can I just say I love John Yates.
Oh, thank you. Yay. Finally, I got some. Yeah, I love you. You just made my day, honey.
I love your sense of humor, John.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so sweet. We love him too.
I love you all.
Jerry, tell us your thoughts on the episode. How do you feel? Do you think
my thoughts were that Denise was definitely on something. Mm-hmm. Her eyes were totally glazed over. She looked like she'd been crying.
Wow. I'm gonna have to read it now. John, you said it.
Yeah, like I caught on to that right away. I said, and I was saying to Kelly, I'm like, look at her eyes. What is up with her? It looked like she was either bawling her eyes out, or you know, something was up with her eyes. Like I caught that right away last
They were
night.
bloodshot red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bloodshot
right. And I agree. I think that Erika and Lisa Rinna just went in on her.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was hard.
That gang up was, and then, you know, Erika Jane having her moment when she starts cussing. It was like, are you kidding me?
It made no sense.
What was that about? It came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I thought I changed the channel. I'm like, wait, is this the same show? Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Well,
thank you.
Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Were you going to say something? Jerry, thank you for joining us today.
It was great to be on
Jerry.
here.
Thank
I
you.
never expected to get on.
You made my day.
I know.
Take
Okay,
care.
bye, guys.
Bye.
We have such international flair today.
Right?
I know, right?
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I'm well. I've been watching the first season of the Beverly Hills back. Kyle has been playing the long game. If you go back to the first season,
Oh,
she
she's
has been
playing the long
slowly
game,
planting
all right.
she's
Sorry.
been slowly planting these seeds about LVP. Starting off with the Bobby Fischer comment, and then the next season with Taylor, it was a prayer on the week. So I feel like she slowly tries to pick out the person who she feels like she needs to be.
Yes! Say that part!
Yep.
She's like, because I was watching back, I was going through the reunions. I'm just like, you've been friends with LVP for so long, and on the first season you get on the show, all of a sudden she's chess player with Bobby Fischer. And so I think what it is that she's finally gotten rid of LVP, and now someone else came in and she wasn't prepared for that. So that's why this looks so sloppy.
Yeah. Next season, she's going to come for Dorit or Sutton because I'm sure Mauricio isn't selling the $9 million home.
No. Oh, I was watching someone doing a review, and she was talking about how she was in Malibu looking at the agency office that's supposed to be like right on the water, and it's closed right now. Like they're not in that office.
The fakery.
The fakery of it all. It's I think she was not prepared for Denise to be so popular, and that's why this just looks terrible.
Yep.
She really thought she was going to get away with this.
Yep.
But since she wasn't slowly working on it over the seasons, and it just kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. Because you guys are right. They've been knew about this. But why does anyone care?
Thank you.
That's true. Good points. Thank you for joining us today, Kai.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. April, sound off. Hey,
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
It just drove me crazy that Denise didn't have the reads. Like, I wanted her to go in. I wanted her to say stuff like, Lisa, we know you eat one grapefruit a day, or Kyle, when are you going to take your husband's penis out of other women's mouths? I was just, and I wanted to I wanted her to page me, April, come on, can you talk to them, because I'm going through so much and I can't really find the words. But I was just I had so much built up, Erika, you were dry and ashy this season. We don't know. You played Roxy Hart. Take a number. Who doesn't? Just and Teddy, you're here. I didn't know you were still here. Paint was drying, and Sherman Williams came in, and we'd rather interview them. I just felt like there were so many lost reads on this season, but I'm so glad that. I hope Garcelle stays. I kind of don't necessarily want Denise to stay if she's not going to have a backbone, I
agree, yeah.
But she has the potential, because she clearly is the most popular, in regards to clout. She actually has the magazine covers, the accolades, the movies. But if someone had came for my kids, she should have deep fried and fricasseed that whole lineup.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if I'm sucking dick on Hollywood Boulevard every Friday. If you say something in front of my kids, I'm gonna punch you dead in your thorax. That's
I love you.
But I know Sanji had to go. I have a business meeting. I have actually a sorority meeting.
Which sorority, April B? Which sorority?
I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho. I do love my AKAs. My best friend is an AK, but
I love my SG Rho sisters too.
Yes. And John, I love you too, John.
I love you, April.
Your dry wit is just like me, and your shade. I mean, I'll shade in meetings, and I've gotten in trouble at work because of that. So
I got in trouble lots of times because of it.
But I love you, John, and thanks,
I love you,
Monica, for
April.
adding me.
Thanks, April.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Okay, guys. We are going to wrap this up. I wish we could spend the whole entire day here.
I know. This is just what I needed in my life.
So much fun. So much fun. Hey, guys, thank you all for the super chats. There were so many today. We appreciate you. We love you. And thank you all for commenting and joining us. And the folks that called in, thank you as well. I don't know what's going on with my audio. Y'all be safe, stay blessed, and we love you all.
Bye everybody.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.